Crypto. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. Interesting stuff for us. Diamonds is live finally. Can you believe it? Diamonds is live. What a day. What a day. Been really busy. Great participation so far. We had our diamond certificates sales go double in price today. We brought in over $70,000. Over 20 ETH was brought in by the sales of diamond certificates over the last 3 weeks. And then we kicked off today, and we're going to dig into the Daap. That's all I can say. There's so much going on in this protocol and the Daap, and 6 different portals. You go onto the homepage, and there are 7 different parts of it you can click into for more details. One's a stat page, but the other 6 are all fully active DeFi. DeFi fairgrounds. So it's going to be interesting tonight to see. We've been talking about this for weeks, but it's going to be really interesting to see how all these moving parts interact with each other. You know, I think when we look at the Daap, we'll see how much money has come in today. We'll look around it and see where it's affecting different parts of the protocol, and look at what's been happening on the market buys, where the charts are at. So I'm looking forward to this one tonight. Got Utah and Rich joining me as usual. Rich, pretty stressful day for him. He had a real busy day in work, and never mind trying to get this crypto project launched. So it'd be good to catch up with him here tonight and finally get a bit of time to talk to him. So let's diamonds are forever, baby. It's heating up out there.
Look, folks, this is huge. We start going to put tariffs, big tariffs on ETH. We're going to make people buy diamonds. Diamonds, the best, the classiest. It's all about the diamonds now, more valuable, more powerful. Everyone sits talking about it. We're making buying and crushing, buying and burning great again, folks. Really great. November 11th is coming. It's a whole new game, folks, a winning game, the biggest. Believe me.
Diamonds will be very scarce in the market. Blaze is already pretty scarce on the market. So we're hoping for fireworks between the two. All right. Okay. Let's see what is happening. Utah crypto, how are you feeling, brother? Pretty busy, hectic, stressful kind of day, but everything with the launch went pretty damn smooth. How you feeling?
Doing great, man. I think considering, as many contracts as there are and as many things and all the data, that we're trying to display, I think it went really smooth. The dev that we had for this protocol is a straight up ace. So he always does a really good job. Shout out to dude for his work behind the scenes, and yeah, let's bring Rich on here whenever he can decide to show up. That dude, oh man. If you're a founder and you have a full-time job, and sometime you're launching a protocol, like it's not an enjoyable experience, but thank God, that we have a team and we can, all band together and help out as best we can. But as far as the protocol goes, yeah, it launched beautifully. It really did. So, and I just wanted to say, it's Veterans Day in the United States. So if you were a veteran and you served for the United States, just want to say thank you. And yeah, let's go over some let's go over the UI. I mean, to be honest with you, today was the first time I saw it all live. So I'm still learning it myself and going through it.
Me too, man. And looking around, it's there's so much going on. But look, it's going to be good to have a look at it tonight. Going to be good to have a look through it all, see what's going on, pick out. We are going to learn things on the stream tonight. When these protocols are getting built, you have ideas how they're going to work. You have ideas how the participation is going to be. And until they get launched into the wild and go live, you can't really, see how everything's going to interact just as well as whenever it actually goes live. So we're going to be learning along with everybody who tunes in tonight. All right, let me get organized here, Utah, and we'll take a quick look at the charts just before we actually dig in, just to get a bit of an idea of what's been happening there before we dig into the Daap.
Sounds good.
There's a good one good thing about streaming every day is you can kind of keep up to speed with everything going on. One downside is freaking exhausting, man. I'm tired. I don't know about you, but I am tired.
Yeah, it's been a push, the last little bit pre-launch.
Yeah, one thing that I did mention to you guys today, it's like whenever this thing launched today, I was like, oh my, this is actually just the start. The real work starts now. Keeping this thing active, keeping the community engaged, bringing new investors in, giving people reasons to continue to participate. It's going to be a big part of our work moving forward as well. It's the 3:33 a.m. tonight, watching you from India. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see. I'm sleepy and hungry too. It's not quite 3 a.m. here, but I don't even know. I think maybe I've streamed 5 or 6 days out of the last 7. And unfortunately for me, my only time I can really get free time away from family, business, work, everything else is late at night where you don't get interrupted. So it's a good time. So look, Blaze chart today. We saw in effect, this is just my opinion. I don't know whether you agree, Utah, but we saw in effect that today I'll have a quick look at the hourly chart. Here. Okay, so when money started to come into the protocol, this was this was people, in my opinion, people buying up yesterday to prepare. This was actually a bit of the pump yesterday when the Dragon Axe buy and burn got activated. Everything we got pulled up with Titan X, people taking profits overnight. And we saw it be quite quiet, but this candle up is when the protocol launched. And I'm going to do a little bit more digging into it just to make 100% sure. But I'm pretty confident that with the fact that to participate in diamonds, you can come in with just Ethereum, and the Ethereum, half of that value, instead of putting Blaze in yourself, the half of the value will go and market buy the Blaze. So we definitely saw that in action when the protocol went live today. ETH piling into Diamonds protocol was definitely banned straight off the market. Some of this Blaze that caused this candle. And again, then I'm sort of speculating here that, maybe people that were like themselves speculating that the price would go up into the launch. Maybe some people who have got, because let's not forget, Blaze was up a bit of 6.5x from 3 weeks ago yesterday. So no surprise that people might take profits because it got that extra little bit of a pump today when the protocol launched. So that's my take on where the Blaze price is at now. What are you thinking, Utah?
Yep, I think you're spot on. And, once again, I will remind people that if you want to enter diamonds and you want to enter with Blaze, always check the auctions first. You may get a better deal in the auction versus buying on market. So if you're in a situation where you can check the auction and see if you can get a better deal, I would encourage you to do so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get a quick look at the holders of, and I'm just going to have a quick look and see if anything jumps out at me on the holders. And nothing really jumping out there. A few of the bigger holders that were there was a few more people holding more than 1% yesterday than there is today. So definitely a few of the big accumulators have either thrown that Blaze into the auctions or taken some profits there, but nothing else is really jumping out at me from the list of holders at the minute. The staking percentage, oh, I wish I had took a note of that yesterday. I'm pretty sure the Blaze staking percentage has gone up today. I wonder if we click into that, will it show maybe, what is this? In, received in. Okay. Don't quote me on this. 21st of October. No, it's not right. It's not correct.
Yeah, I think we were right around 75.
75. Okay. Yeah, there has been Blaze stake today by the Diamonds protocol. So this, yeah, we're up a percentage already, I would say. Now we're looking at it tonight. It's again a good base point to see where we're at. So 76 now. I think we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, hoping that we could get Diamonds over, over a period of time, can get this staking percentage up to 90. And we'll have a look at that as well over the next few weeks. Okay, but Diamonds protocol. Diamonds got off to an absolutely flyer at a start, as you would expect. The liquidity pool was formed about, I'm going to say, maybe 40 minutes before the Daap went live. We give everybody, let everybody know that it was going to be formed in a 2-hour window today. There was actually surprising very little action when the thing kicked off. You can see here it was kind of creeping up over the time. The snipers and the DJs that were looking for the contract address before we posted it on the X feed, where some of them were banned in here. This, I'm going to say, this is the obviously probably when that's even this candle here. It took people 15 minutes or so after the DAP was announced, after the contract was launched, to really start actually buying in. And just as a heads up, Maya, you can dig into the details here if you want, but there are a couple of early scalpers, people that market bought very, very quickly, shot up. This thing popped up at the minute. It's sitting at a 7.5x. I think I've seen it at a 9x at one stage. So some of these early buyers were taking profit. These kind of drips here down have definitely, I've looked at the wallet selling, and they have been people that did market buy nice and early that are getting out. So hopefully we can get a lot of those snipers and early market buyers out sooner rather than later. So price performance looking pretty damn healthy. Started off at exactly $4. I'm going to say, wasn't it $4? What's the bottom of that candle? Started off at $4.70, which I'm not sure of that. I think it was set to start at $4. So $4 all the way up to $36 per diamond token. Anything you want to mention there, Utah, at the minute?
Nah, that's a bullish chart, man. That's a bullish chart. Normally on a launch, you would see something like that go straight up and then straight back down, and then it would start doing its moves. But the fact that it's that high and hasn't sold down yet is extremely bullish.
All right,
in my opinion.
Beautiful to see this. I think he did a good job picking this photo. The photo looks great on back screener. So yeah, $36 diamonds. Woo! Look at that tiny market cap. So we'll launch with 1,000 tokens. 1,000 tokens were paired with $4,000 worth of X28, giving us that initial $4 start price. That was kind of planned to just leave. Diamonds has always been planned. The plan has always been to make it a coin that is very scarce on the market, and build on the scarcity of diamonds or of Blaze, sorry. And throwing 1,000 into the first liquidity pool was part of that plan to leave very little for people to play with on the market. And again, we'll dig into that. But yeah, the little banner there looks great, and we'll look at some of the details there. We've got 16 buyers, 6 sellers, 14K buy volume, 5.8K sale volume. We're up. We did see a bubble. We've seen a bubble at 779% on Titan X Hub whenever it went live. I hope, did you get a screenshot of that one? I didn't get a screenshot of it.
I took one, but I don't remember exactly what it was at, so I'd have to look and see.
Yeah, I always like having some of these things to look back on. You see, you can use them as things to refer back to. So look, pooled diamonds, 12K of diamonds in the pool, and 20 or 12K of X28 in the pool. There, not much else to cover on the liquidity pool, is there? Liquidity's looking pretty good there right now.
Yeah, your liquidity's only 24K, and yet you had 20K of volume. That's awesome.
Okay, yeah, I've got this set on the 1 minute chart still from earlier today. I wonder what it's like on the 1 hour. That's an even better looking 1 hour chart, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks great. Looks
Yeah.
great.
Okay. All right. Now, important thing here, we mentioned that when we start to dig into the Daap, hopefully you've had a bit of a look into what diamonds does and the plan around it and how money flows in and where it goes in the system. We will look at each part individually across the stream tonight. But 1,000 tokens, that's all there is. That's it in diamonds, okay, at the minute. People today started miners, and to start a miner, they had to put in an amount of blaze and an equal amount of dollar value of Ethereum. And whatever the number of blaze tokens they put in, that is how many diamond tokens they are going to be mining over the next 100 days. The only reason I'm bringing that up now is to show how few diamonds there are going to be in the market at the start of this protocol. Yes, like everything, it will inflate. There'll be a lot of supply begins to come onto the market as the protocol grows. But in equal measure, we hope there's enough built in. There's 4 different ways built into this protocol that pull diamonds back off the market. So just a quick look at. I did want to bring this up and look at the Explorer quickly, because it's showing there's only 16 holders. So this is a very, very young and what's the word? Optimistic project. Only 16 holders at the minute. Day one, there you can see here 916. So we've already started. We've already burnt. What is that? 84 tokens out of supply. So it's only started today. 1,000 tokens, and there's already 84 out of the 1,000 that have been burnt. And when we look at the Daap, those 84 will appear somewhere in the system. But if we look at the holders, yeah, hopefully these few hands here at the top are nice and diamond handed. And again, once you go down from these first few guys, people are holding very, very little. So opportunity is there to get in early on the ground. Anything you want to say there, Utah?
Yeah, and those few top holders, they have a large percentage, but that'll change, because right now this is only counting people that are actually holding tokens, and there's very few tokens to hold. So as people start to mine, once they claim, then they're actually holders, but right now they're not. And one thing about diamonds is it's a 100-day mint to get, your fully matured miner. You get 1% a day and you can claim it any time. So people can claim tokens, but when they claim the tokens are not generated in advance. When you claim your share, your percentage of those tokens, that's all that was ever minted for that miner. So it's not like there was a bunch minted and then, the rest of them have to get burnt or anything like that. They never existed.
So let me pull the Daap up here and we'll get a look. Okay, so LB, cheers for tuning in. Thanks for thanks for being in the Telegram today too. Great lunch. That is, yeah, drop that 779 bubble in the Telegram chat if you can. I want to stick that in the folder that I can pull out at a later date, reminding people how we performed on launch day. MBS Crip, good to have you here, man. Thanks for tuning in, popping in for a second. I appreciate all you're doing with the newsletters on Pulse Chain. Great job as always. Okay, let's pull the Daap up at Utah and get a look. Ooh, baby. It's hard to know even where to start in this thing. It's hard to know where to start. Okay, so like we're saying, I think Some of the stuff is more relevant than others at this minute in time. The first thing I suppose we should look at is mining. So mining here, or if you hover over any of these other parts of the Daap mine, so diamond mine, we'll click into the mine and go and have a look at what's going on in here. So if you want to start a miner, you can select ETH, or you can select ETH and Blaze. If you have whatever, I started, the first miner I started today was with 2,000 Blaze. 2,000 Blaze tokens that were worth 500. They were worth more earlier today, but the 2,000, if you're going to put 2,000 Blaze tokens in, that's worth $533. It's going to match that with 0.60 ETH. So that's going to match that with $547 worth of ETH. I wonder, there is little things there. I mean, why is it not exact? It's probably not exact because it's going to take into account maybe some slippage, maybe something. I'm not sure. Utah, do you know exactly what that would be?
No, they'll never be exactly 50-50 just because of price fluctuations that are constantly happening buys and sells in a Ethereum price and Blaze price.
Yeah.
But it'll always be relatively close.
Yeah. Another thing, just I'll mention why we're here is if you notice, and it's worth just if you notice, there's an oracle built for diamonds. Rich can explain this better whenever he turns up, but there is an oracle built. You'll see the price here at the minute is showing $39 per diamond. It's taken an average price over the last 15 minutes. There's something built into this system, and as I say, Rich can explain a little bit better, but there is a little safety net in there to stop people coming in, dumping the Blaze price, starting a miner, and pumping the Blaze price straight back up again. So sometimes, well, maybe be a better way to display this down the line to make it show a little bit more accurate. But it, as I say, it does pull. There's an oracle built in behind this, because you've got to remember there's diamonds prices involved in every miner. There's ETH prices, and there's also the Blaze price to bear in mind. So there's a lot of moving parts, and if you notice this is different, do not worry about it. It's all part of the plan. And if you have any questions about anything at all, feel free to pop into the Telegram and ask before you participate. t.me/Blaze DeFi is the Telegram. We're always in there, happy to help. So yeah, Slim, thanks very much for tuning in. The launch was relatively smooth and stress-free. You're always stressing about, hoping it goes well, but yeah, when it comes to the contracts and everything, it was all pretty smooth. So it was just showing, we'll stick in 1,000 Blades for simplicity. 266, 271 bucks of ETH. So it's going to match your Blaze with 0.79 of ETH if you're throwing in 1,000 Blaze. And it's as simple as that. You're going to have, there's no other choice to make, because you're not having to change power of the power of your miner or the length of your miner. Basically, this means you're putting in 1,000 Blaze. You're going to get 1,000 Blaze at the end of 100 days. Yeah, anything there, Utah?
No, you're going to get the diamonds at the end of 100 days.
You're going to get your 1,000 diamonds at the end of 100 days. So just always, I mean, anybody putting money in this way is going to know that they are putting in double the amount of the value of Blaze, matched with the ETH, and it goes. And then, if you remember looking through our lovely flow diagram, all our discussions, the Blaze goes off and does something. The ETH all goes off and does something. So let's have a look at where on earth it goes. What do you want to look at first, Utah? The ETH or the Blaze? I suppose we'll look at the ETH first and where the ETH goes.
Sure.
A big thing, I suppose, and this is one of the easiest ways to see what's come into the system so far, is the add to LP, the diamond stockpile, as Rich calls it. So the add to LP, if you click in here, or the add to LP at the top, But look at that lovely big pile of diamonds. That's our that's our add to LP. So again, like we say, me and you we're learning here today with everybody else. We haven't seen a lot of this stuff actually working like this in this layout, and we're kind of digging our way through it as well. Richie, I don't know where the hell Rich is. He was fucking AWOL for a good part of the launch today, and now he's fucking AWOL for the first stream. He was AWOL he had to leave last night. So it's lucky we're a team. Lucky we're a team. Sorry, I'll just bring this up. I hope that Diamonds launch, you guys don't disappear in a week or two like the rest of the founders. If you heard me say at the start of the stream, Slim, one of the first things I said once this thing launched, and I looked at the Blaze, look back at Blaze, the auction. I was like, right, this is only the start of the work. This is only the beginning. People need educated on this system. There's a lot of moving parts, and that's what we're starting to do here tonight. We are going to start here educating everybody as to exactly what's going on, because there's so much happening. So when you go into the diamond stockpile, I think that one of the easiest things to look at the minute is there of the ETH, any ETH that comes in. So half of the value of a miner, 60% of the ETH comes to this section. It goes to the diamond. It comes into this this diamond stockpile where diamonds are the ETH is stored up. The ETH then is used to buy Titan X off the market, adding buy pressure to Titan X. The Titan X is then, depending on the price of X28, used to buy or convert or mint X28. And then that X28 sits in this contract as well, waiting to buy diamonds off the market and then add it to the LP. So over time, this stockpile is just continually, it's a big chunk of the ETH that comes into the system, is going to continually buy diamonds and pair that with X28 in the liquidity pool, continually thickening up the liquidity pool as we grow. So as more diamonds come onto the market, as the protocol grows, there's thicker liquidity for people to buy and sell into, and hopefully this can grow well enough to keep everybody being able to get a little bit of profit back into the system, whatever, and do the plays that they want to do. So this figure at the minute, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I'm thinking this total liquidity at the minute, this 25K figure is showing what is actually in the liquidity pool at this minute in time, plus what we have as a backup to go into it in the future. So we were showing, or maybe, is that right, do you tell? Maybe there is, well, no, maybe that is the actual live liquidity pool, and there's 25K in the liquidity pool, isn't there?
Yes.
Let's just get a quick look. So that's showing 25K. Yeah, that's right. 330. There's 330 diamonds in there and 112 billion X28. Sorry. That's correct, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Sorry. So this is just showing the total liquidity. Now, this isn't added yet. So at the minute, there is $9,800 worth of ETH sitting in the diamond stockpile. So this sits waiting to do the swaps before adding to the liquidity pool. So 9,800, 2.8 ETH so far. Now, this has already been used. This is already fired up. The next swap, what have we got? I think it's every hour at the minute. $200 worth of ETH every hour is going to market buy Titan X off the market. And then the Titan X shows up over here. So we've already amassed 5 billion Titan X to buy X28. Now we have this, the next part, the Titan X to buy the X28 to add the liquidity pool. We've got that turned off at this minute in time, because there's plenty of ROI in the system at the minute. We don't want to start firing this thing up and market buying yet, because there is no need. We've seen many protocols, we've seen two things happen. We've seen many protocols waste their buy and burn, and we've seen protocols not use their buy and burn. So we're caught somewhere in the middle. The buy and burn's firing, and yeah, the this bit will be switched on whenever there's a requirement, when the ROI starts to drop a little bit lower. So you can see everything working in action here. There's an incentive fee, 62-cent incentive fee for anybody to come in and call this when the next buy is ready to go. Same thing over here. Anything you want to mention there, Utah, while we're looking at this?
No, so that's the function right there that is supporting the X28 price. So we're buying the Titan X and then we're swapping it for X28. Now we can get X28 to a higher price than Titan X. We will run that through the minter, and every time we do that function, it will burn 50% of that Titan X. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here. And we have two of these mechanisms. This one right here in the buy and build for the liquidity pool, and then the other one for the diamond crusher, where we actually buy the diamonds off market and burn it.
Yeah, so I mean, this it's hard to. There's one thing that I can't notice that maybe that there's no simple way. I haven't seen it yet on the Daap that shows you the exact amount of ETH and Blaze that has come in today. I think whenever Titan X Utils get some of their features up, I think maybe even the dev will have something tomorrow that will show this. But right now, there's nothing clear on the Daap that shows exactly the amount that has come in today. Or we might find it as we're chatting here, Utah. We might find something because there's a lot of pages to go through. But go ahead.
There's an analytics section that is still being developed, and I believe it's going to show a lot more data.
Yeah, the stats part in here, when you go, there's an analytics part there. Analytics, which has got nothing in it yet. So I'll go back to the LP. So look, $10,000 of ETH. There is $661 of Titan X bought already. And you can't, this is blacked out, grayed out, but you can see here we also have $778 of X28 bought. And I wonder total balance X28, because the circuit breaker says, or the circuit breaker, Rich said this can't be turned off. So it always runs and has to be buying something. It can't do nothing. Is that why it's showing in here as next swap available? I think it's set at $11 there at the minute. You can see behind there. So it is going to buy $11. It's just lowered. It can only be lowered right down to a certain amount. It can never be switched off, but that is at its lowest. So it is buying X28 in the background. So call it $10,000, 10. Yeah, we've got about $11,500 of value in there at the minute. So technically that's 30% of what has come in to the protocol, the value that has come into the protocol today. So
yeah, that's very healthy, seeing how there's only 24K in liquidity for the whole protocol, right?
Yep. 25K in liquidity, and there's already, only after day one, there's already another, $11,500 worth of value there to get added in the first day. Woo! Awesome. Cool. Okay, so that's the LP ad. Where else does ETH go, Utah? 60%.
It goes to pay stakers. And it goes in. Yeah, it goes to pay stakers, and it also goes into the diamond exchange.
Let's see if there's some showing up in the diamond exchange yet. So 20% of the ETH that comes in, 20% of the ETH that comes in gets sent to the diamond exchange, which is a weekly auction for the ETH that is in there. So currently 20% of what gets been sent in is this, if you can see it here, okay, it's 1 0.4 ETH has been sent in to this diamond exchange. So every time somebody participates with a miner, they throw their ETH in, 20% of that ETH gets directed straight into this diamond exchange. Nobody at the beginning of each week, nobody has access to this. This thing resets, but the ETH at the minute, so there's $5,000 worth of ETH in this pool at the minute. And for anybody that has that has diamonds, they can come in here and exchange their diamonds for a share of this $5,000 worth of ETH. And so far, we can see here the total diamonds exchanged. So 76 diamonds have been put into the exchange for their share of this. So it's that's worth currently 76 is a current value of $2,780. So if the people that get this, they're in a healthy profit until maybe some other people want to come in and throw their diamonds in. Now, the most important part about this diamond exchange is that 76 have been put in here so far. These 76 are part of that supply that we saw when we looked on Etherscan that is gone. These are burnt. These 76 diamonds are burnt out of existence. So of the 1,000 that we launched in the LP today, of those 1,000, 76 of them have been burned in the diamond exchange already. And this weekly thing was just set up for that sole purpose, to have a weekly thing and a weekly additional thing that just gets rid of diamonds off the market. Anything else there, you tell?
Yeah, and I would suspect that, you know, towards the end, this is a weekly auction, so I would suspect towards day 6, you know, there would probably be a mad dash. If there's ROI there, people are going to go in for it. And so all the tokens that are brought in, you know, during that every single week will be burned out of existence. People will be competing for that Ethereum. So just another way we're taking the very, very limited supply off the market. And where are they going to get those diamonds? Your miners are only going to be 7% complete. You're going to claim a miner at 7%? Probably not. Market buy? Maybe. What happens if someone market buys? Pumps the price, takes the ROI up on the miners. So it's this thing has levers, man. There's levels to this protocol.
There's levels to this. Now, suppose enter exchange. This is the part where if I have diamonds, when I collect my wallet, I can decide how many diamonds I'm going to throw in. I wonder, does this ROI part then change if I don't even have, I do have diamonds. I don't know. I've got some diamonds. I wonder, should I go on the other Daap and have a quick look? Maybe what I'll do for the next stream tomorrow is throw a few diamonds into my public wallet and use that to show some of these features. But anyway, you can see here, this is where you come in. 1 diamond, put your diamond amount in there, and you will send it into get burnt. Then it will show you your stats, totally claimed and total diamonds exchanged and available to claim. So yeah, looks pretty cool, man. Looks fucking epic. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So that's another, we've seen 60% of the ETH gets added to the LP, 20% of the ETH goes to auctions, 8% of the ETH is Genesis, and the other 12% goes to staking. So if we click into the staking module, in fact, staking is the Diamond Vault. The Diamond Vault. We'll click into the Diamond Vault and have a look. So create stake. Amount of diamonds to stake. The maximum is 888 days. The minimum, doesn't let you select minimum. What is the minimum, Utah?
I think it's 88.
Is it 88 or 288?
Try to.
I can't even remember what it was in the white paper.
288.
Max 88, 288, 88. Anyway, let's clarify that. Let's get the white paper up and under the docs. Staking Minimum stake term is 288 days, and the maximum is 888. So it was worth. I thought it was thought 88 cents. There's that many figures going through my head. It's like doing maths on screen. It's
I
hard to
think we
remember.
changed it. I think originally when we were in design, I think we were going to do 88, and then I think we changed it to 288. So
Yeah, so again, the 288 was probably again, and 288 to 888, like Blaze, it's the whole design of this thing is to get as much diamonds off the market as possible. So it's like everything when you stick them, when people are locking them away for 288, that's a good bit out into the future. There's a few, there's a lot of supply getting tied up that, and then obviously there's bonuses as you the longer you stake for, the bigger the bonus you get. And again, that's incentivizing people just to get more and more tokens off the market. So if we look down, there's two payout pools and two staking pay. There's three payout pools, but there's two staking payout pools in the Diamond Vault here: an 88-day pool and a 288-day pool. Now remember, to get a share of this, you've got to be a pretty damn committed staker to this system, going minimum 288 days, potentially trying to get those bonuses and going out 888 days into the future. But already after day one, so remember, there's only 12% of the Blaze and 12% of the ETH that comes in gets added into this. And that's every day for 88 days and 288 days. So the 88-day pool already has 1,800. I'll just scroll in a little bit so I show each one. On day one here, it already has $1,822 worth of Ethereum and $1,500 worth of Blaze. So 5,000 Blaze tokens already in there and half an ETH in there for the staking. Now, staking works like everything else. Based on how much you stake, how long for, you get a certain amount of shares, and your shares determine what percentage of that pool that you will get. And that will be all very, very clear when you're connected, when you are staked. It'll all be very clear what your rewards are going to be. So you can see down here your stakes. That'll give you an idea of what your return is. We do have one staker so far. One person has staked, I think it's 8 diamonds or something like that. It's going to pop up somewhere in the Daap as we go through it. But there's pretty sure somebody's thrown some diamonds into the staking pool already. And then if we look in the 288-day pool, I can't remember the breakdown between these two pools. 12%. So 60% goes into the 88 and 40% going in to the 288-day pool, which would show you why there's a little bit more in this one at the minute. So yeah, this 200, like you've got to think about these things as where they're going to be in 88 days time. In 88 days time, where is the market going to be? What price is Ethereum going to be? What price is Blaze going to be? And how much is going to get added to these over that time? We've seen this in effect in many protocols, in Titanx, Blaze as well. When you look at Blaze, looking at that, even the 280, the first 288-day pool, I think it had about $500,000 in it at the time, didn't it, Utah?
yeah, I think so. And something also to note is that you can stake on day 87. So so a strategy may be just to run a bunch of different miners, smaller miners, and that way you have options to do different things. So you could run a miner, day one miner up to day 87% of your tokens, and then you can stake and get the 88-day payout. And there's also bonuses. So if you want staking bonuses, you can burn additional diamonds to get those bonuses. So it's another way that we're taking diamonds off the market when it's already scarce. And something to consider too is if you just have stakes running and you're getting that drip of Blaze and that drip of Ethereum, well, that's exactly what you need to start more miners. So if you just had a stake running and you were collecting the Blaze and the ETH, you could get to a point where you just start more miners and basically just compound your position and let them keep running.
Yeah. So this is the part there. You know, you go 88 days. It's going to these green numbers. Whenever you stick in the amount that you're putting in, if you do it for 288 days, these two boxes, these two yellow or green numbers will stay zero. If you start to go longer, your length bonus will start to increase, and the burn bonus is if you want to throw, and this is worth playing around with. If you're staking 100 diamonds and you have 110, it might be a better option to stake 100 and burn 10. Play around with those figures, see what the multipliers you get, see how it looks. So just good to see everything working and in action. These payout pools starting to fill up, and it'll be interesting just to see how they grow over the next few months.
And one thing also to consider is the timing of the market. I mean, we still haven't had a proper alt season. So I believe it's coming. I mean, we all believe it's coming, right? Or else we wouldn't be here.
Well, look at
But
I mean, look at last night. Last night we thought it was the actual start of alt season.
yeah, so what happens when Ethereum price goes up and Blaze price goes up? Well, instantly these pools, the dollar value grows. So where are we going to be in 88 days? Where are we going to be in 288 days? And these miners, they don't mature for 100 days. So where are we going to be February 19th? You know, everything I'm seeing looks like we could very well be in an alt season by then. You know, but I've thought we could be there before. So who knows? But I'd say there's a very good chance.
Yeah, so when you're playing around with your stakes, and you'll be able to see here what your rewards are. Yeah, all fairly. Each part of the DAP is pretty straightforward whenever you actually dig into it. But there is a fair bit. So we've looked at where that's pretty much where all the ETH goes. We've seen the 60% go to the LP ad. We've seen the 20% go into the weekly auction. We've seen the 12% going into the staking. Now, the blaze that comes in, again, it gets distributed in different ways as well. So let's see where I can where to find this. I think of the first things that if we look at the blaze, 80% of all the blaze that comes in to diamonds gets max staked in the blaze protocol. I wonder, yeah, it gets max staked in the blaze protocol. I was just going to see if I could maybe, we'll see what it looks like on the Daap first, and then we might be able to go to Blaze and see exactly where it can. There's a wallet that has the wallet that does all the staking. That will be able to show exactly how much there is. Well, let's look at the NFT section first. So
Yeah, that'll
NFT,
show you.
yeah,
That'll show you
NFTs.
what's stake.
So NFTs is our diamond certificate store. If you've been following the protocol, you will know that the diamond certificate sales of diamond certificates started 3 weeks ago. It pulled in the sale of every diamond certificate NFT in Ethereum. They were priced at 0.014 ETH, $50 each for the last 3 weeks. They doubled in price today on the launch of the protocol. And all the ETH that comes in from the sales of that gets added to the Diamond Crusher, the buy and burn. So if we look at the NFTs, we sold 1,685 NFTs. Now, a couple of those might have been after the price doubled, but this sat at $50 and 0.014 ETH for 3 weeks. We had that lovely countdown timer that brought us right up to the launch today. As I say, 1,685 NFTs sold. And then when the protocol launched today, as we see, 80% of all the blaze that comes in gets max staked in the blaze protocol. So Utah, I'm assuming that this figure here is showing we've got 62,000 blaze staked, which is worth currently about 16.5 grand. And that is currently 4.4% off the staking in Blaze.
Yes, sir. So The Diamonds protocol is going to stake the Blaze. Blaze is already 76.5% staked. So what happens when the liquid available on the market starts getting absorbed and there's a supply squeeze on the liquid Blaze? Well, people are going to have to compete for it in the auction or market buy it.
Yeah, so the idea behind this was always this is getting this 80% of every bit of blaze that comes in gets locked off the sent to the staking for 2,888 days. Essentially, it's gone for many, many years. And we've already got 4% off the pool. The whole plan was to get as much. You can see as we're going through this, we've got 4 different ways that diamonds get taken off the market. Obviously, this is pulling in one way to get Blaze off the market, but it's very, very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Yes, and it's worth noting that since we staked after day 365 when we're staking liquid tokens, this protocol is not part of the diamond hand pool. This part of it here is not. Only the NFTs are. And that's if you minted 28, you can get into the Blaze diamond hand pool. Otherwise, the tokens that the Diamonds protocol is staking is not part of the diamond hand pool. It's only part of the regular payouts.
Yeah, so this is separate, this Blaze pool. So as we're staking in this protocol, this is what we're getting share of: the 8-day, the 88-day, and the 288-day. Now, again, these figures in Blaze were, let's just be honest, dwindling. You know, participation in the auction was getting less and less. Anybody that staked in Blaze was kind of earning less and less over time. Most people did already ROI quite well out of what they've earned so far. So this whole thing again was to try and kick a lot of life back in to people participating in the auction, putting more money into Blaze, filling up these reward pools, paying the people that are already in Blaze, bringing more attention back to it, and then also obviously benefiting diamonds as the diamonds protocol grows its share in the staking pools. It's going to get a bigger chunk. Now, again, these numbers are going to grow every single day in the amount of ETH that's there, and then obviously potentially any pump that comes with ETH along the way. So at the minute it's showing. So look, these are small numbers at the minute, but we do see them growing, and it'll be interesting as we cover them because there's buy pressure everywhere here in this protocol. So the 8-day, there's going to be $5 from the 8-day pool coming to the diamond certificate holders, 250 so far from the 88-day, and then 1,200 from the 288-day. Now, if we look at that in comparison to what's in the pools, remember this 8-day is every 8 days. You know, it's every 8 days. So any of these pools that take over, the diamond certificate guys are going to get their share of them every 28 days. So I'll just click quickly back. The total in the 8-day is $100. The total in the 88-day is $5,600. This is getting close. You know, if we end up, this is the thing. If we end up over the next, what have we got here? We've got 23 days to go to this first 88-day payout. You know, is it possible to think that even by then, diamonds might have 50% of the pool? This value could be at 10K, and diamonds could be getting, the diamond holders could be getting, the certificate holders could be getting their share of the 5K out of the 88-day payout pool in 23 days time. Does that all make sense to you, Tom? Am I explaining everything in is simply enough for everybody?
Yes. So what fills the Ethereum pools in Blaze is the Ethereum that comes into the auctions. What drives auction participation and more ETH coming in is the price of Blaze. So if you drive demand for Blaze and you have a high price on Blaze, then that's more Ethereum that comes into the protocol. So what's driving the demand for Blaze and what's driving the price increase for Blaze? It's diamonds. So we were down to 5 cents.
Yeah.
You know, and so we already see it happening. It's kickstarting this flywheel, which will actually start, paying people in the Diamonds protocol. So the way these two work together is just a beautiful thing. So if we can bring that Blaze price up by driving demand into Diamonds, then we fill up the ETH pool and pay out all stakers, not just the Diamond protocol, but everybody that's staked in Blaze already. It should increase their rewards also.
Yep. Stake controls. Oh yes, this is the this is where you can call to add the Blaze to stakes. So as the Blaze comes into the protocol, it sits in here, and each time it hits 4,000, somebody can bang, connect it, and add the Blaze to the stake.
Yeah, so that's weekly. It'll stake no matter how many tokens are in there, at least once a week. But if that hits 4,000, then you can go ahead and stake it at any time. So that's already happened a few times. Today, I mean, obviously, look at that. 62,000 Blaze staked.
Yep.
First day. That's significant.
I know. I just like, again, be nice to see this just increase. Whoop. And
So,
again, you think about the people that are already in stake and Blaze getting diluted out. The reality is, they're not getting diluted out because they're, realistically, you look at what was in the 8-day pool. This is at the minute, the the rewards in there. This $100 is getting shared between hundreds of people. So we're really only adding value back into the original guys as well. But obviously, Diamonds, people participating in Diamonds are going to get, hopefully in the long run, get the large share of everything that's going into that Blaze staking payout as well.
yeah, and if the protocol, the Diamonds protocol, is taking liquid Blaze and staking it, well, that Blaze isn't going to hit the market. So that's less Blaze that can actually be sold. So buy pressure is one thing, removing sell pressure is another. And if you can accomplish both of those working together, you can really do some serious things with price performance.
Now, the thing is, it's quite easy to get a little bit confused with some of the terminology and some of the things that's going on here. When we looked at the staking module is you coming in and staking your diamonds for a share of the ETH, the 88-day payout pool of ETH and Blaze, and the 88-day payout pool of the ETH and Blaze that comes into the diamond system. But in the NFT, so if you own diamond certificates, you're the ones that are getting the share of this 28-day pool that gets its Ethereum for everybody from the from the Blaze stake and the ETH that comes in from the ETH that's earned from that. So there's although it says Blaze staking here, it could be you can easily get it confused with the staking in diamonds. It's not. This is just the control of the Blaze that is getting staked on behalf of the Diamonds protocol.
Yeah, and we realize there's lots of moving parts to this protocol, and there's lots of different ways to play it. And that's why we're just going to continue pumping out the education, because when it clicks and you really understand what we're doing here, especially if you're a fan of Blaze and you're already staked in Blaze, it's going to click for you. And when it does, you're going to really understand how bullish this is for both protocols. I mean, I would use Mike Dean for an example, not saying he endorses this protocol or anything like that. I mean, but we did a walkthrough with him, and I'm pretty sure he hadn't really taken a look at it. But after we did the walkthrough with him, he was like, okay, it clicked in real time. And I think he gets it. And he's tweeted some things out today. So I think he may be a fan. I don't know. He'll have to speak for himself. But when it clicks, it clicks.
The minister has spoken.
Mr. Richie Rich. So it's actually you I've been looking for all this time. I need more dirt on this Diamond boys. Has the audit come out, Vitalik? SBI Securities got the goods. 8 pages of clean slate. No critical cracks, no high-stakes heists waiting. Check. Codes tighter than a vault, structured like a pro job. Too polished for a fresh gem. It definitely sparkles, all right. Suspiciously so. Even Minister Mike Dean has given the team a thumbs up on Titanex Hub.
So the system effectively has ETH and Blaze. I think that's a good idea to do it that way.
Hey, I think you may have, there was a really bad echo during that. So,
Really?
yeah, I don't know if you have YouTube going at the same time or what you have going on there, but I heard a really bad echo.
Oh, that's a pity. Let me play it again. Is my sound coming through okay? Yeah.
Yeah, you sound fine. It was
Okay.
just on the video, so that's weird.
All right, let me
Oh wait, dude said it's fine, so maybe it's me. Might be me.
all right.
Disregard, carry on.
Disregard what Utah's saying. We'll be talking about Mike Dean anyway. I heard Mike Dean and remember he was in one of those videos. What's the story? What were you saying there?
Oh, I was just saying that when he was doing the walkthrough, you just heard it in his voice, you know, like it clicked in real time. So yeah, it takes a little bit to learn, you know, everything that's going on here, but it may benefit you to do so. So let's see. I'm gonna pull up some comments, okay?
Yeah.
So Franny says, can NFTs be burnt, swapped, etc. for anything? No, but you get access to the exclusive 28-day payout pool. And also, if you mint 28, you get access to the Blaze Diamond Hand pool. And not only do you get access to it for this Diamond Hand payout in the first 888 days, you also get it for the future ones for the 888-day payout. So there are benefits to having these NFTs.
Yep. Is that it? Is that all you're sharing? Yeah.
Yeah, just for a second. Sorry, I got dogs over. I got my dog and my son's dog. I got my grand dog over here. So the dogs are over here screwing around. I got texts coming in on my phone. So sorry, man. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. So everything happening outside crypto, everything outside crypto happening right now seems to be in our favor. It seems to be lining up. We were getting real bullish last night. Many things seem to be working towards alt season here. I've seen our good friend crypto connoisseur spotting a bullish divergence on the weekly Titanex chart. According to him, that is an extremely bullish sign. So we shall see. We shall see. Maybe part of that was caused by the ripping of the Dragon X ban burn yesterday for 5.5 hours. So dude, everything was fine with the audio. Bump. DG, how's it going, man? Doing a space with the TMC account now. Cross chain, jump in when you're done here, pals. Tons of Solana projects, etc. in here. Thanks for letting us know, man. Love it. Now, this is just what have we got? Captain Canada. Video sounded great. Awesome job in the launch. Thank you. It was relatively smooth. Yeah, everything went according to plan. There was one slight glitch that, and initially when miners were created, Hopley in the TG spotted that when he created his first miner, it did not show up in your miners section. That took about 5 minutes to actually come live. I just think, again, there was just so many parts to this thing that a little bit of lag and everything catching up at the beginning, but everything seems to be working very, very well so far. Dude, Helios Dow minted 56 diamond certificates. Woohoo! Hope you got in before the discount. I'm pretty sure I did see your mints go in. Was it yesterday? But yeah, thanks very much to everybody involved in the Helios DAO that voted to mint 56 diamond certificates. Helios now has a share of this 800, the Blaze 888-day payout pool, and all future 888-day payouts in Blaze. So there's a significance to that if Blaze continues to go up in value and become and continues to become more scarce as those auctions get less and less inflation in them every day. You know, the future 888-day pools could be difficult to get into by trying to get your hands on 4,000 Blaze. So anybody that did mint 28 NFTs, well done. You know, it's already worth $1,000. That mint is already worth close to $1,000, and it cost 1,400. So, and as I say, what we've covered here, it's going to be getting you a share of all these rewards that come in from the Diamonds Blaze staking rewards. Any way to see which addresses has the most NFTs? Yes. What I will do quickly here for you is, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to play another little video, and I'm going to go and get you the contract address and show you how to look up the whole NFT holders.
Down in the crypto holler, there's a gym called Diamond Bright. 4 ways to join the fun, each one standing on its own right. Pick 1, 2, 3, or all, no strings to tie 'em tight. Check the white paper for details, it'll set you straight tonight. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix 'em up or pick your favorite, rewards for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the Diamond's name. On 10, 20, 225, store opens wide. Buy diamond certificates, we're here to hold them with pride. Earn these rewards every 28 days, steady as the tide. Long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix them up or pick your favorite, rewards for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the Diamond's name.
I fucking love that. As long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. It rewards for every 28 days as long as you're holding those NFTs. So lovely. Okay, I brought this up quickly. Daniel, I'm going to post so that is the contract address in the chat for the NFTs. If you go to Etherscan and pump that contract address in, that will bring you to the NFT contract page on Etherscan. If you click here, diamond certificates, click in there, you can see the holders and how many. So 61, there are 61 holders of certificates. And if we look into the holders, some crazy mofo minted 224. So 16, nearly 1,700, 1,700, I think it's, good, my memory. 1,685 minted. Of that, somebody minted 13% of the supply. So what they've done is they've stuck a massive chunk of ETH into, and this is what we're going to cover next, a massive chunk of ETH into the Diamond Crusher, technically part of the buy and burn for the Diamonds protocol. So Daniel, you can see here all the numbers. So a lot of people opting for multiple. A lot of people going for 28s, and then these are usually multiples of this person bought an extra 2, but these are mostly multiples of 28 that people have decided to put in. If you want to go and dig deeper into that, as I say, the contract address for the NFTs is in the chat. Go and have a little bit of a digger deep yourself. Now, mentioning on the NFT side, so we had, there's there, 1,685 NFTs minted. Remember, we're going through each part of the system here, explaining what it does. And the next part is the buy and burn. I want to look at the buy and burn. So we were looking at the Blaze stake and the payments that come in from that. 80% of that is what pays the diamond certificate NFT holders. And that's just going to run continuously every 28 days. Everything that comes in from the stake Blaze will go to the diamond certificate holders. And 20% of the ETH that comes in will then also top up the buy and burn from the buy and burn, or what we call the diamond crusher. The sale of NFTs, of all those 1,600, all the ETH that came in from that, it was over 20 ETH when it ticked over today. So over 20 ETH come in from the sale of NFTs. All that value gets added to the buy and burn. Now, this is going to look quite similar to the LP ad that we looked at the beginning. So we have got 80, I'll just scroll in here a little bit. Total ETH received, 23 ETH at a value of $79,000. So I think we've pulled in a little bit more after we ticked over today. But yet, go ahead, you sound like you were going to say something there.
Yeah. And, once again, when people mint these NFTs, to get into the Diamond Hand pool and Blaze, or just to get into this 28-day payout pool, 100% buy pressure on the Diamonds token. We're not even taking a Genesis on that. That's 100% buy pressure with zero sell pressure. There are no tokens that anybody can dump to dump the Diamonds price to hurt it when you do this. It's so beneficial for everybody.
Even for putting all that ETH in, all they get back is more ETH.
Yep, exactly. You're getting, access to reward pools, but nobody can dump the price. So once again, buy pressure only, no sell pressure.
Okay, so that's what we're sitting at in this diamond crusher at the minute. We have $80,000 worth of ETH there. Now it works very similar to what we just looked at before for the LP ad. The ETH sits there, the swap can happen. That's the total. We have $77,000 of ETH. So every hour, I wonder, is this on at the minute, or is that ready? Maybe that's ready to call, is it?
Yeah, that's ready to call.
Yeah, so somebody can go in right now and call this. Maybe somebody just did. Did we see? Oh, that was in the Titan chart. So look, this ETH is buying Titan and storing it in the protocol. So we've got $77,000 of ETH. We have $715 of Titan bought, and then the Titan the $715 of Titan will then go on to buy X28, and the X28 will then obviously buy and burn the diamonds off the market. So I know that again, we're looking at this blurred out. It is ticking away in the background. We have already purchased, I don't know if you can see in that on the stream, but we've already purchased nearly $1,000 worth of X28 as well. So this again is where more buy pressure on X28. This will hit the market though. This will hit the market in the form of the buy pressure on the Diamonds Titan X LP. All good there, Utah?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Okay.
But
okay,
the diamonds won't.
No, the diamonds won't.
Yeah, no, the diamonds won't. Those are gone forever.
Yeah,
whatever we buy and crush, those are gone.
Yep. So I think that's the fourth and final part of the Daap and the protocol that is built to remove supply off the market. So, there's early ending of miners. There is throwing stuff into the auctions. The early ending miners to get your tokens before the 100 days is up. In the auctions, we have people throwing in weekly ETH to or weekly diamonds to get their share of the ETH in that pool. the LP ad. So all that ETH is going to continually buy diamonds off the market and add them to the LP. And then we have this buy and burn firing as well. So 4 ways built in here that removes diamonds from the market.
Yeah, did you say staking and then all the staking bonuses too that you can burn diamonds for?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that actually as well. Yeah, the stake that you can burn additional diamonds to get more share of the staking rewards in those 88 and 288 day pools in the diamonds protocol. So
And the staking itself.
oh yeah, I'm the staking. Yeah, the staking. Yeah, go max. Anybody staking diamonds? Go max length 888 days. Help everybody in the system by getting as many diamonds off the market as possible. So, and we missed anything? We've had a look at the mine. Okay, Diamond Crusher. We've had a look at the mining. We've had a look at the auctions, the weekly auction. We've had a look at the diamond stockpile, the NFTs. We've just covered all that with the NFTs. The buy and burn is fairly simple. We went through all the staking. We've got a list of the contract addresses here, and the docs will bring you through to the white paper. The only thing we haven't showed a couple more things. Dude's just mentioning there, you get massive bonuses for burning diamonds for additional shares. So in the staking part of the protocol here, these green numbers will massively boost your stake. So going from max length from instead of 2888 or 288 to 888 will boost the length bonus, and throwing additional diamonds in. There are pretty substantial bonuses, like dudes mentioned here, for throwing extra diamonds in and burning them or crushing. So worth noting.
There's actually a table in the white paper that shows you
This, yeah, and I'm not even going to bore myself by going through this. Anybody wants to
and if
dig
anybody
deep into
wants
this,
to look at it
you can
as
see
we
your
get
bonuses.
closer.
Yeah, I mean, you can go along here and it will show you, as what you stake, depending on the length, the shares you get, and any additional bonuses you get if you crush these amounts of diamonds. Now there is caps on these. There is maxes. You can max out, so as people don't just take over everything. But we'll definitely cover that in detail down the line.
Yeah, so I mean, as we started getting closer to that 88-day payout, I see people starting to take advantage of that. So we'll start talking about it more as we get closer.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just looking here again. So we've, I think since we've been talking here tonight, we've definitely had more participation in miners. There's this ETH, this 9, this. There's been additional Titan X bought since I've been on here. So we'll look at the stats. Is the last thing to look at. We've looked at pretty much everything across the Daap. There's just the stats. So diamond supply, the liquid supply 908. Yeah, that's right. Started at 1,000 today. Of the 908, that doesn't stack up exactly right. 908, 83 have been crushed. 83. What's this? There's the discrepancy there. The 7 in the diamonds, 7 in the vault. Okay, so 7 in the vault. That's the 7 that have been staked. Some critter has thrown 7 diamonds worth $244 into the staking pool already. So anyway, we'll dig deep more. We'll dig into all these figures more, because look, this is going to change. Be interesting to see tomorrow as we tick over into day 2. Let's just see the countdown timer quickly. There is a timer on this somewhere I seen. Maybe yeah, here, day 1. So it'll be interesting as we see. We'll take over to day 2. I don't think there'll be an ROI in a single day. Would there? No, I think my early calculations were it's maybe 4 or 5 days potentially before anybody would be in profit if the price of diamonds stays up around where it is now. So we'll obviously be streaming every day for about a week here, just covering what's going on and keeping people up to speed, helping people make best decisions, hopefully the best decisions possible based on what's happening. But it will be interesting to see if anybody does actually claim their diamonds tomorrow. Why would you want to claim them? Maybe there's a potential to throw it in to the auction for a profit. I don't know. Maybe people won't look at that until they get closer to the 7 days of that auction filling up. But these stats could change. These stats are going to start changing, obviously, as more gets crushed, more gets bought off the market. Staked, 8 diamonds staked. See, again, they're saying 8 staked, but there's in the vault there's 7. Anyway, pity Richie wasn't here. He's got to definitely explain that in a little bit more detail. We'll know more tomorrow. We'll know more tomorrow about the exact data that's getting displayed here too. But diamond supply, and then showing the blaze supply, the supply in the LP. So 3.6 of blaze is in the LP, 76 is staked, and there is 19% liquid. In fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of that right now so we can compare tomorrow. And I will take a screenshot of the diamond supply. We'll compare that tomorrow too. Anything you want to mention about those stats, Utah?
No, it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, this is probably going to be one of my favorite things is watching this this stake blaze, see this number go up. I mean, if we manage to get that to something like 90%, that will be absolutely insane. Now I'm plucking that number out of the air. You know, I'm just plucking that number out. We've seen it up at 80 something percent before, and that was with the dwindling requirement forced, or dwindling interest in staking. Now we've got increased interest in staking. Maybe we can get that up to something crazy like 90%. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll be monitoring it here every day anyway. And then we have prices and ratios. Now, as I mentioned, I wish Rich was here to explain how the Oracle works and why there's a slight delay in the price of diamonds. The market price at this minute in time is 32.91, but the Daap is showing it as 34. So as you can see, because we were up a little bit higher, we've come down over the last hour. We've come down in price a little bit, and that's probably why when we looked at the start of the stream, it was lagging on the downside. The price was showing slightly higher on the price feed. Yeah, it was showing slightly higher. Now it's kind of higher in the price feed. It's lower in the price feed here in the Daap and the chart now. So that's coming down. Hopefully, maybe we can get it tied down a little bit quicker than that 15-minute average. But again, that's built in just to keep everybody participating in the protocol safe when they're creating their miners. So, this. Oh yeah, sorry. This it's the ratio, price and ratio. If you are going to a DEX to buy diamonds, some of them might throw up errors, or might not find a good route for you, depending on what one you're using. I haven't tested any out yet. I had X28 to buy diamonds today, so it's not really having to find any real route. But if you're coming along and trying to buy diamonds with ETH, it's routing through it's routing down way down the line to get to your diamonds. Just like our buying burns and our buying ads, ETH to Titan X to X28 to diamonds. So again, using the Oracle and things that we'll have built into this thing, you can literally use the Daap to purchase your diamonds. I believe it will find you the best possible value and the best route or whatever. Don't quote me on that. I don't think we would have built it in, or Rich would have had this built in if it wasn't to actually benefit the user. But instead of you having to go and find it, you can come to the stats page, go into the price and ratio. And if you just have ETH and you want to get straight to diamonds, you just put your 0.01 ETH in. So 34 bucks, get you a diamond, which looks about right. $34 again, shown on the, well, I don't know. That's getting you a better price than it currently is on the market. So just be careful there. We'll clarify all that in due course. And although this is hidden away in the stats page, we are going to get it added somewhere on the home screen here, so that anybody coming along, maybe up at the top here, just a buy diamonds button will bring you straight in to the stats page and that little section there, making it nice and easy that if you do just want to buy diamonds and not participate in anything else, you can do it right here in the Daap as well.
Yeah, and once again, I mean, if you're in the Titan-X ecosystem, you know, we're here well before retail, right? So there's an advantage if you keep an eye on the Blaze auctions. You know, right now there's a positive ROI, so there's really no need to market buy it if you can get a better deal of tokens, of the Blaze tokens on auction, and then come into diamonds with it. You know, and if you do that on a regular basis and you're watching it on a regular basis, you know, you can get a better position in diamonds by doing that.
Yeah. Daniel has a question there. The only use of X28 utility-wise is the ability to buy diamonds off the market. Well, look, there are other coins in Titan-X paired with X28 already. So Inferno X is one. We got that per
Yeah,
cell.
you've got, yeah, and you've got everything over on base. So you saw when X28 started to pump, it started pumping those tokens over on base that are paired with X28. Did you see that?
Yes,
Inferno
Fleur.
X
Fleur
and
took off.
yeah, S88 and H420 and all those tokens over there started pumping. And we're over, but it was just the X28 pump on Ethereum that drove all that,
Yeah,
because the arbitrage will always find its equilibrium.
yeah, we're seeing that with Titan-X pumping too. You know, the coins that didn't even have any volume pumped massively. So there are coins over there. Sorry, you put it in there on you.
No, you're good. So I guess what I'm saying is if you, oh, in regards to the diamonds protocol, he's saying.
Yes. The only thing, the real utility is obviously that's what our main pair is, but we are adding buy pressure through the buy and burns, through the buy and adds. We're adding consistent buy pressure on X28. Now the circuit breaker, if we look at, we'll just quickly explain this. If we look at the LP ad, the circuit breaker that's on, so sorry, this swap Titan-X to X28. If we look at the minute of the ratio of X28, X28, so this has been, we'll put it on, yeah, the Titan-X, we'll put it against Titan-X. Okay, so look, the ratio has been the fucking, you know, half, almost, what was the low? Half value. So it's been as low as half of a Titan-X, and it's been creeping up, coming back closer and closer to parity. So when our protocol is buying whenever the value of X28 is below one Titan-X, when it's lower than 1-to-1, we're market buying. When it becomes parity or creeps above, instead of buying the Titan-X or buying the X28, it will use the X28 Daap to swap the Titan-X for X28, and in that process, burning half of the Titan-X.
Yep, and Stacks does the same thing. So once we get that up and we get this ecosystem going again and these payout pools start filling up again, Stacks will start buying and doing the same thing. And if it's at a higher ratio, Stacks will actually transform it also and burn Titan X that way. And if we can get it up to a premium and keep it there higher, anybody holding liquid Titan X, any community member can simply go and transform their Titan X for X28 and burn half of everything they transform. So as a community, we can do a lot here as far as burning the rest of that supply without ever using the buy and burn. So, I mean, there's massive opportunity here.
Yeah, and just on that, see dude in the chat there commenting, there's builders in Titan X that I've seen this potential for X28. Many of the community members, we've said this loads of times, a lot of community members, some builders just kind of writing X28 off, and some taking the opposite view of, okay, well, look, it's there, it's built by Jake, it's still his pinned post in his Twitter feed. And this thing is very, very useful to the Titan X ecosystem. So you've seen the dude and James and Rich all launch protocols over on base. We used the same X28 code to build the exchange for Inferno to be swapped for Inferno X, in exactly the same way. Just trying to get supply, trying to burn supply at Titan X. But, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, I think over time it's catching on more and more. Buildify has built into it a buy and burn on X28. So all these outside people that use Buildify whenever it gets launched to launch coins, there's another thing built in there that will burn X28. So there's a lot of things coming, and when we've seen yesterday what happens when the ecosystem starts to pump. There was fucking life in every single coin, and the same thing is going to happen for X28. And all these coins that are on X28, it's not forgotten about. The infrastructure and all that stuff's getting built out now. Buildify, I've got it. We've even seen Builder Lee put out a post yesterday confirming that the Ascend team are going to put their next protocols on X28 as well. So, we've got an army of builders working on utility for X28. And Rich and Utah made a great decision, in my opinion, to make it our main pair. So, yeah, there's dudes just confirming that Buildify will burn X28. So, yeah.
And none of that counts the fact that X28 is the omni-chain version of Titan X. So wherever Titan X goes and whatever Jake builds, X28 is the one, right? It makes perfect sense. So you're going to have the omni-chain version of Titan X. And if everybody starts using it and there's massive use case for it, people will swap their Titan X. It will transform their Titan X for X28, and the rest of the supply will go bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Just looking there. $1,000 sitting waiting. There's $1,000 sitting waiting to buy diamonds and stick it in the LP. Ooh, sticking that LP over time. Love it. Sorry. Okay. Need to start wrapping up, Utah. Fuck, another late night. Shit.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing the stream, and like you were saying, education is required here. If you just want to play it simple, just start miners and just let them go.
Yeah. Okay. An interesting one on that, Utah. Was a comment today. I'd said that I don't know. I started a few different miners. And somebody asked, well, why would you not just do one big one? And the reason for that is, the thing with this is, because you're not selecting power or powers. I don't know if people know what I mean when I say power, but you're not selecting any power or length of these things. there's flexibility. So if you just start multiple ones, if you're putting in $1,000, maybe start three with maybe $350 each, because there's no real downside to having them spread across more, but there is advantages. If you have one miner and there's an opportunity to take some profit, and you end that and forfeit all those diamonds that you might get in the future for a little bit of profit now. Whereas if you have 5 miners or 3 spread out and three all set, you might be just claim one of those miners to use to get a little bit of profit, and leave the other ones just riding out the 100 days. Maybe again, that gives you down the line, maybe 80 days in, there's an opportunity to use one of them to go into the staking, and then you let one go full term. It's just an easy way to give yourself options in the protocol, rather than just firing one in that putting all your eggs in one basket. Spreading them out across multiple miners may give you opportunity to take advantages of things that happen in the protocol over time.
Yep, it's a very good way to play it. That's the way I'm going to play it. Just start a bunch of smaller miners, and then I'll play it as situations unfold, right? If I want to stake some here, if I want to go into the auction and get some of that, I can. If I want to let them go full term, I can. If there's ROI and I want to claim some earlier and compound, I can. So it just gives you a lot of different options.
Yeah. What somebody is asking somebody asking in the Telegram chat is, Blaze mint ratio 1-to-1, is it forever? So yes, it's always going to be 1-to-1. That will never change. Whatever you put into mine, it'll always be 1 blaze for 1 diamond. So you just want to get the less blaze there is out there, the better it is for diamonds and blaze.
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
but there would only, oh man, it's so deflationary, really. Or disinflationary. Is that the word we're using? Disinflationary?
Yeah.
Because if you went 1-to-1, and that would mean every miner would have to go full term every single time forever to match Blaze 1-for-1. Yes, it takes 1-to-1 to create it, but there's so many things built in to take diamonds off the market that you're never going to get it. You're never going to have as much diamonds as there is Blaze.
Yep.
Mr. Richie Rich. So it's actually you I've been looking for all this time. The mastermind behind the shifting from gas to solids. You're not alone, I see. You're working with a formidable team that has already proven themselves in DeFi. It's a smooth move. Looks like you guys are gearing up for something massive on November 11th. I need to dig deeper into this diamond certificate. It might hold the key to everything. Time's running out. This case is about to explode. 11/11 is a date.
Oh, you look really handsome in the AI version.
Fucking could have touched that up a little bit better.
It's cool, man. These videos are all
right. I'm fucking, it's a real pity Rich wasn't able to make it here at all tonight. Not even, let's see. I'll ping him a DM and see if I can get him in. Just before we, if he comes in, I'd stay on for a little bit longer, chat about how he feels about everything, what he's thinking. Yeah, I'm going to ping him a DM here. Give me 2 seconds.
Look, folks, this is huge. We start going to put tariffs, big tariffs on ETH. We're going to make people buy diamonds. Diamonds, the best, the classiest. It's all about the diamonds now, more valuable, more powerful. Everyone sits talking about it. We're making buying and crushing, buying and burning great again, folks. Really great. November 11th is coming. It's a whole new game, folks, a winning game, the biggest. Believe me.
Diamonds will be very scarce in the market. Blaze is already pretty scarce on the market. So we're hoping for fireworks between the two. hoping for fireworks. Would you say that pop up of what was it, 870 something percent on their first bubble is a firework?
Yeah, I think so. Especially, I mean, especially in the first 100 days, just the tokenomics of this protocol, and that doesn't count, you know, what the greater market's doing. And, you know, it looks like it's shaping up for an alt season. So, man, this protocol, it's literally coded to pump. It really is.
Okay. All right, Utah. I mean, successful day all round. I'm pretty happy with how everything's looking at the minute. No real hiccups in the launch today. Everything seems to be flowing in the right places. We've had well, we're only 10 hours in. We've had over $30,000 flow into the protocol today. That's in addition to the 80 something thousand dollars that we've had added into the buy and burn from the sales of NFTs. So we're off to a really, really nice start. Hopefully everybody here tonight that's tuned in has got a little bit of education and can see some of the aspects of this protocol that you know that make it look interesting for investment. Obviously no financial advice here. We don't know what's going to happen with this protocol. These are all experiments. We do our best. Everything's working well at the minute. The markets start to pump. These things can pump even harder with them. But yeah, make wise choices. Always worth saying that never put into any. It's number one rule for crypto is don't put in what you can't afford to lose. And that's not even just because you can make mistakes or whatever, or things can get rugged, things can go wrong, things can get hacked. But just for your own peace of mind in life, don't put in what you can't afford to lose. But hopefully people participating in this protocol can get a nice ROI and be here and enjoy the ride with us over the next 100 days and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, thanks, Hopley. Man, we got some guys that have been just some straight up legends, man, that have stuck with us through everything, and Blaze and now Diamonds, and they're here and they're in the chat. And I mean, there's a handful of these guys. These guys are soldiers, man. I tell you what, we've been out here. It's been less than ideal, right? What can I say? It's been less than ideal at times in this market, in this ecosystem, but I think things are starting to turn around. I mean, I firmly believe there's been price suppression on Ethereum in alts. We should have already pumped by now. And I think when it does happen, you know, I think it's going to be absolutely insane, the alt season that we're in for, you know. And you know, don't take my word for it. I could be 100% wrong. I'm wrong a lot, but man, it's just, you don't pay dues like this without a reward. And when you see somebody like Tom Lee just buying all this Ethereum, I mean, Bitcoin's cool and it's a store of value, but Ethereum has smart contracts and it's proven and it's been around a long time. You think these big guys aren't going to start buying ETH and building on ETH? I believe they will.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Utah, we're going to wrap it up here. Yeah, chat to you tomorrow.
Yep. Sounds good, man. Have a good night. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. All right. It was a pretty, pretty comprehensive discussion of everything that's going on so far in the Diamonds Protocol. Congratulations to Rich Landon. Mentioned last night his unwavering fucking what's the word for it? Unwavering dedication to adding to his own investments, working his ass off. Not just, you know, big participant in Blaze. Saw the dwindling participation in Blaze, but how never forget what an epic protocol it is and how well it works, and his dedication to wanting to build a protocol to help his own bags and help Blaze, you know, through the rough times, all this down market. You know, he's been building this thing. He likened it to giving birth to a baby. You know, 9 months he's been working on this protocol. And he only approached me whenever I went taken over, and in Utah were taking over the Blaze project. But look, unbelievable dedication to get this thing to market, continually having to, fund dev costs, marketing costs, audit costs, design costs. The list is endless. And even when you're launching, it's kind of more money for, you need to have subscription to this website, that website, this thing. And, at times watching, it was fucking hurry, looking at the amount of effort going in to launch in a less than favorable market. But things seem to be lining up pretty good. And yeah, look, congratulations, Rich. You've done a great job over the last 9 months pulling this thing together. And it looks friggin' epic. So, look, thanks to everybody that's participated in the protocol so far and sort of miners. We only have, can you believe it? There's only 16 holders of diamonds. Only 16 holders. This so you couldn't be any earlier. This is a fully fledged DeFi protocol built for a long, long time. It's day one. There's over 100 grand worth of value in this thing already, and yeah, only 16 holders of the token. Not a lot kicking about the market for the next while anyway. So get in, support us, and let's get this fucking thing rocking. So yeah, I'll see you all again tomorrow, because we want to keep up to date with everything, all the changing aspects of what's happening in the protocol. Let's see, just 1 second. Very glad to be here. We'll join you on stream soon again. Thanks for tuning in again, Nona and Captain Canada. Thanks for all your support so far. We are indeed diamonds in the rough. I do like to think that know what I'm at, but I'm definitely fucking rough around the edges. So that's a great comment. Diamonds in the rough we are. Join us on our quest to polish ourselves up and make a shit ton of money along the way.
Diamonds are forever, the crown jewels keep. Diamonds are forever, locked whispers of the sea. Diamonds are forever, a blaze that cracks the night. Diamonds are forever, your ticket to the flight. NFTs, baby, sharp as diamond claws. 28 days of flex, no room for flaws. Stake your claim.